Hey gang, back to more Warrior Within. Last time we traveled through this sand portal in the Garden Tower, which I believe is directly above the one that we used previously. So here we are back in the past, and I think it's time to go hunt down that mechanism and activate the moat at last. After I kill this guy. What? Alright. Just kill them the old-fashioned way. Can't even run up that wall. Think I can get this wall. Much better. Although that move is kind of anemic if you don't have a secondary weapon equipped. So let's get one. There we go. That's the move that everybody's been requesting I use, and yes, I absolutely love it. Hopefully we'll be seeing a bit more of that. I don't think you can use it at the start of the game, though. I think you have to have at least the Serpent Sword, because it's 3 right-hand attacks and then secondary weapon. Or something like that. Yep, Crow Knight is a lot easier to kill with the Serpent Sword. And I don't know where those birds went. Okay, that's the way it wants us to go, so obviously I'm going the other way. I guess that vaulting kick is pretty handy for knocking enemies down. Unfortunately, you get plenty of time here, so there's absolutely no need to use a slowdown.
I did not expect you to fail so quickly.
Who failed? I made it up just fine, thank you. Yeah, this does seem kind of a long way out of your way to go, but that lever there is pretty important. I don't imagine there's anything to be gained by climbing up that ladder before you knock it down, so... You may recognize this room. Like I said, we are now directly above that inner garden room where we started in the Garden Tower. And we've actually been at this area before. There's the Crow Knight. And a ladder that I think I've already climbed up. Let's go down and say hello. Alright, one more time should finish him off. That's the ladder where I first came up, in case you've forgotten.
So easily.
Yeah, you should probably make sure you can actually fight before you start taunting. And I've already been there. There's nothing else over there, so... head back up. Way too high to go up that way. So this ladder sort of forms a shortcut. Not that you'd really want to go all the way back down again. There is something to be gained by wall running from that ledge, which you can't get to until this point. But I'm not going to bother with it just yet. Largely because I didn't realize I could. Alright, see if I can get a counter on you. Nope. Yeah, still alive, are you? About the only complaint I've got is until you get some really strong swords, most of the enemies take way too many hits.
A waste of my time.
Yeah, speaking of wasting time,
Do not allow him to pass.
and I didn't manage to kill either of them before the effect wore off. Oops. Yet another group of enemies I didn't really need to fight, but sometimes running past them can be a little tricky. One of these doors with a way too big lever to open it. I mean, yeah, in terms of game mechanics, I understand it. In terms of actual somebody needed to build this thing, it makes no sense. Yeah, whatever.
You aren't worth my time.
He's got his back to a ledge. Bye-bye. And now, hopefully you're recognizing a lot of these areas from the Dahaka chase. This is just before they crumbled into nothing. And the traps still work, which means it's some tricky timing. You gotta watch 2 sets of saw blades. Not a problem. And right up this wall, I think. Should also be able to do a jump between the 2 walls if you want. That ledge is just the exit from this area, since we can't wall run back. And here it is, the mechanism at the heart of the garden tower. And the lever that'll drive the whole thing. But first, enemies.
A waste of my time.
What time? You're dead. You have no time anymore for anything. Ever. Okay, I admit, I suck at trash talk. Let's see how far you get without a head. Ha! 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 Yeah, see, I'm no good. That lever in the center is important, of course, but first, even more enemies. I mean, this section's kind of fun, but there are just so many enemies here.
It ends for you, as it has for all those who have come before.
And 2 more chameleon kunoichi. Kinda hard to counter one when there is another one attacking you. But I'll make it work. Alright, what was that? Some kind of dance?
Submit.
I know I can pull off a counter. You're the last one. Quit giving me trouble. One more chest, and I think we'll be ready to start working on this puzzle. Alright, first things first. After a failed attempt to drink water that's not just sitting on the ground, push this lever in the center, and you're watching that rotating tower on the left, really. You need it pointing to that column, because that's the first step in climbing up this thing. And yep, it's the traditional puzzle where you've got to climb on top of the mechanism while you're activating it. I think Sands of Time had something like this, and that astronomy tower. Forgotten Sands had kind of an astronomy tower of its own. Some sort of weird giant clockwork thing. Pretty sure 2008 had at least one tower covered with gears that you had to manipulate and climb over them. It doesn't seem like I need this long arm to be facing me. I think I want it facing the next ledge I gotta jump to. Yeah, it's better. And I suppose at this point I'll probably regret not having played the game again after so many years to refresh my memory on what I'm supposed to be doing, but I figured this out before. I'll get it. One more lever. And I think I want this one pointing in this direction so I can jump to that tower over there. Nope, can't quite make it. Alright, obviously that's not where I'm supposed to go. Try turning it so the extension on that tower is facing me, maybe? No, here we go, here we go. This way, I get it facing the opposite side, so then I can turn that tower and jump straight across, and then one of the other towers will be rotated in the right direction. Definitely not going to be able to make that. And I don't think I can make that either. Can I even get back? Just barely. Okay, that's clearly not the way I need to go. Guess I'll give this a try. I mean, it worked before. Just hang on to the edge of the ledge and jump and die. Okay, I am clearly doing something very wrong. So all the way back I go, not just to play around with the earlier mechanism and see if I can put something in a more favorable position, which I can't, but I also need to replenish my sand tanks. That's a one-way door over buried in the corner of the garden that isn't useful for anything just yet. One of these days I'm sure I'll find a way to come at it from the other direction. And there goes half the sand I just earned. Oh well. Now for the actual solution to this puzzle. Hopefully I'm capturing some of the experience that a first-time player might have. This is a very confusing puzzle. What you need to do is rotate the towers so they face in this direction, and wall run. For some reason, once I start pulling those levers, I'm completely blind to the fact that I still have things other than the levers to manipulate. And from here, I can just jump up to the ledge and reach the main lever. And a chest. Now that wasn't so hard, was it? now we've got the water flowing. But the puzzle's only half done, because now we gotta put the towers back to the proper configuration. But before doing that, there's something a bit more important to take care of. And I missed the ledge by just that much. Up here is probably the easiest of the life upgrades to find, and certainly, I believe, the one that I found first when I played through the game for my first time. Maybe second. Maybe I found one of the other ones first. But some really, really easy puzzles compared to most of what I've had to do, and we're already there. Sort of like the game is saying, if you don't find this life upgrade, you should just stop playing now. And we finally have more than half of the life upgrades. Very short distance to return, and it's time to go back to the towers and get everything set up. Fortunately, you can actually roll through water. Problem is, I have a little trouble figuring out how to get down. And looking at the tower, doesn't look like I should be able to make that jump, so nope, not a ledge. Nothing I can wall run to up there. Did I maybe miss something in the control room? Nothing up here. Can't even get through that gate. So, guess I'll try jumping back the way I came. And it's very easily done. Why would I want to go anywhere else anyway? I've still got to reset all the towers. Such a confusing puzzle. But can't really say that I mind it too much. This one, obviously, you've got to face in the direction that allows you to get back. And yes, that is the correct direction for those towers. You can see the one on the right is now flowing into that moat on the ground. And as if we needed it explained, here's a cutscene showing why there are more enemies on the ground. But I gotta get down to them first. Now once I've crossed this tower, I don't need it facing the same direction anymore, so let's see which way it's actually supposed to face. No, it was right in the first place. Wait a second, I wonder... Okay, that was worth it. No more playing around. Pretty simple to get back to the ground. I don't remember whether I can just let go from this tower or not, but I'll climb back down anyway. Can't get me. Oh, he can get me. Alright, just take you guys down the old-fashioned way.
Pay for this transgression. Death becomes you.
Don't like being between the two of you. Still don't like being between the two of you. Okay, about time for more enemies to appear. Or not. Alright, can't complain about that. I just got to swing this tower all the way around back to its original position, make all the water flow into those trenches, and we're done. I'm kind of curious about how the architecture works. The water flows into the base of each tower and then up to the top of the tower so that it can flow down the spout again. That seems contrary to the way I understand gravity to work. Oh hey, chest we can't get to. Sure, that'll be important later. And half the door is open. Oh, just the last couple of enemies. I don't even know what that was. Not going to screw with them. Once I get out of that battle, all of the enemies disappear, and next time, it's a return to the Great Hall so that I can cross to the mechanical tower and finish opening that door. See you next time.